On a family vacation, 7-year-old Emily vanished without a trace, leaving her mother Linda haunted for 15 years. A mysterious stranger revealed Emily was alive and tied to Project Nightfall, a covert government program that abducted and conditioned children for experiments. When Linda finally found her daughter in a secret facility, she realized Emily had been brainwashed to see her as a threat, leaving Linda torn between saving her child and exposing the program. Please comment where you are watching and remember to subscribe. It was supposed to be the happiest summer of their lives, a family vacation on the coast, with nothing but sunshine, laughter, and the sound of waves crashing against the shore. But within hours, paradise turned into a nightmare. A little girl vanished without a trace. And for 15 years, her mother lived with a haunting question: what happened that night? But then out of nowhere, a stranger approached her in a crowded cafe. And what he whispered shattered everything she thought she knew. The Miller family had always loved their summer trips. That year, they chose the quiet seaside town of Clearwater Cove. It was small, picturesque, the kind of place where families felt safe. 7-year-old Emily was the heart of the trip. She was the kind of child who made friends with anyone chatty, curious, and never afraid to wander a little too far. On their third night, the family joined other tourists at a beachfront bonfire. Emily sat cross-legged in the sand, roasting marshmallows and giggling with other kids. Her parents, Linda and James, were only a few steps away, chatting with another couple. And then, in less than 5 minutes, Emily was gone. At first, Linda thought her daughter had run down the shoreline to chase seashells. But when she called her name, there was no answer. Panic spread like wildfire. The bonfire turned into chaos, tourists searching, flashlights scanning the sand, voices shouting into the night. But there was no Emily. Police swarmed the town by morning. Posters went up. Roadblocks were set. Locals combed through the dunes, abandoned houses, even fishing boats. Yet, days turned into weeks with nothing but silence. The case made headlines. The vanished girl of Clearwater Cove became one of the most haunting mysteries in the state. And for Linda, life shattered. She replayed every moment, every second she took her eyes off her daughter. The guilt never left. 15 years passed. The case had gone cold. Linda tried to rebuild her life, but there was always an empty chair at the table, a bedroom frozen in time. One rainy afternoon, Linda sat alone in a small cafe, stirring her coffee absent-mindedly. The sound of footsteps made her glance up. A man, mid-30s, with a nervous expression, stood in front of her. "Are you Emily Miller's mother?" he asked quietly. Linda's heart nearly stopped. Few people asked her that anymore. She nodded, her throat tightening. The man leaned in closer. His voice trembled. "I know what happened to your daughter, and she's alive." The words hit Linda like a thunderclap. Alive? After 15 years? It seemed impossible. Before she could speak, the man slid a folded piece of paper across the table. On it was a single address and 2 chilling words: "Find her." But when Linda looked back up, the man was already gone. Was this just another cruel hoax? Or had the truth been hidden all along? For 15 years, Linda believed her daughter Emily was gone forever. But now, for the first time, there was hope. Hope mixed with terror. Because if Emily was alive, where'd she been all these years? And who was keeping her hidden? The address on the note led Linda to a decaying warehouse at the edge of town. Its windows were boarded, the chain-link fence wrapped in barbed wire. It didn't look like a place where a child could be kept. But Linda couldn't shake the man's words. She's alive. Inside, the warehouse was empty, almost. On the floor were scattered files, photographs, and scraps of documents. And on one dusty desk, Linda found something that stopped her cold. It was a photo. A girl with long hair, about 15 years old. The face looked different, older. But the eyes were unmistakable. It was Emily, trembling. Linda dug through the rest of the files. What she discovered was darker than any mother could imagine. These weren't random papers, they were records. Files marked with strange government seals and code names. Project Nightfall. Subject transfers. Emily wasn't the only one. There were dozens of children listed. Some had disappeared from towns, just like Clearwater Cove. Dates, locations, even medical notations. Her daughter had been taken not by chance, but as part of something organized. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps echoed through the warehouse. It was the stranger, but this time he wasn't calm. He looked over his shoulder, panicked. "You shouldn't be here," he whispered. "They're watching. If they know you found this place, they'll come after you too." Linda demanded answers. What was Project Nightfall? Where's her daughter? The man hesitated. Then he pulled out a flash drive and pressed it into her hand. "This has everything. But listen to me. Once you open it, there's no going back." Before Linda could say another word, headlights flooded the warehouse. Black SUVs screeched to a stop outside. Men in suits and earpieces spilled out, moving fast. The stranger shoved Linda toward the back exit. "Run," he shouted. Linda bolted into the night, clutching the flash drive. Behind her, she heard the stranger's voice and then the deafening sound of gunfire. She didn't dare look back. By the time she reached her car, her hands were shaking so violently she could barely turn the key. She knew now her daughter hadn't been taken by accident. She was part of something massive, something dangerous. And whatever secrets were on that flash drive, people were willing to kill to keep them buried. What Linda would soon uncover was bigger than she ever imagined. Part 2 will expose the truth behind Project Nightfall. Thanks for watching.